Whoa! Kid Rock shocks with new announcement about what he's going to do for America. Kid Rock's name popped up at the Michigan Republican Party convention as a potential candidate for that state's upcoming Senate race during their last party convention in February. Yesterday morning the predictions came true. Musician Kid Rock, whose real name is Robert James Ritchie, officially announced his bid for the U.S. Senate in Michigan. He stated he has had a ton of emails and texts asking him if this website that had been leaked was indeed real. So yesterday afternoon he tweeted his answer. The answer is an absolute yes. And he later went on to tweet, "I will have a major announcement in the near future." This is really great for our nation and the Republican Party. Kid Rock not only is a stand-up guy who has done a lot for our military, he also appeals to the dim-witted left side of the political aisle because he sings. If you research his songs and look into his lyrics, you can see that since he grew up in a middle-class setting in northern Michigan himself, he perfectly captures the spirit of the American middle class. The very class that, thanks to years of being neglected and stepped on by politicians on both sides of the political spectrum, is all but extinct in today's America. These are the very people who came out in droves to vote for President Donald Trump during the 2016 presidential election, many of whom had never cared to vote before. In fact, if you watch his videos, many are loaded with Americana. I bet he wins in a landslide. Biography reports. Kid Rock is an American singer, musician and record producer who came to fame with his unique blend of rap, heavy metal, and country rock. Kid Rock's musical journey is one that has encompassed underground Detroit rap, heavy metal and country rock, and by finding the perfect blend of all three, he turned an underwhelming career into a huge success. From early controversy over sexualized lyrics to selling 35 million records worldwide and marrying, and divorcing, Pamela Anderson, it's been a wild ride for one of the wild men of rap. Detroit, D-Nice and a debut. Kid Rock was born Robert James Ritchie on January 17, 1971, in Romeo, Michigan, a small rural town north of the Detroit metro area. His father was a car dealer who owned a 6-acre orchard where the young Ritchie would work along with his 3 siblings. He became interested in hip-hop in the 1980s, joining a breakdance crew and teaching himself to rap and DJ. From there he began performing at local parties as part of a rap group called the Beast Crew and met D-Nice, a member of KRS-One's Boogie Down Productions. This led to an opening slot at a BDP concert, and D-Nice, who was signed to Jive Records, helped Kid Rock land a deal with the same label. Heavily influenced by the Beastie Boys and their classic License to Ill, Kid Rock's debut, Grits Sandwiches for Breakfast, was released in 1990. Rolling Stone would later include it in a list of 20 terrible debut albums by great artists, criticizing it for being so insistently generic. It's like he tossed everything current about hip-hop in 1990 into a giant colander and sifted out all the individuality. With production from Too Short and D-Nice, it achieved notoriety when an uncensored version of the album's single Yodelin' in the Valley, Up Into Oral Sex, was played on a college radio station, leading to an FCC fine. Rock was released from his contract by Jive shortly afterwards. Devil Without a Cause goes multi-platinum, What Daba Helps. His next 2 albums, The Polyfuse Method, 1993, and Early Mornin' Stone Pimp, 1996, contain lyrics too filthy to play on the radio, but relentless stirring and a gift for self-promotion earned Kid Rock a cult following. He'd also started to lean more heavily on country and rock in his samples, and decided to form his own band, Twisted Brown Trucker. He then signed to Atlantic Records, and in 1998 his 4th album, Devil Without a Cause, sold over 14 million copies in the wake of his breakthrough single, What Daba. We got such a diverse record, Rock told an interviewer on its release. I'm kicking old school rap songs and then I do a metal thing. He started to open tours, and his Woodstock 1999 performance gave him even more exposure. Despite his 10 years as an artist, he was nominated for the Best New Artist Award at the Grammys in 2000, one of 2 nominations he failed to win that year. His band member Joseph "Josie" Kaleya died in his sleep in 2000. He had suffered most of his life from celiac disease, but Rock was able to keep the momentum going after a slow start on 2001's Cocky, thanks in large part to the crossover country ballad Picture, which featured Sheryl Crow. The album featured more ballads than Devil Without a Cause, signaling another slight shift in sound. It sold more than 5 million copies, with Entertainment Weekly's Rob Brunner calling it a blend of lowrider hip-hop and strip mall heavy metal. Rock and Roll Jesus tops the charts. His self-titled Kid Rock album in 2003 was Richie's last long player that was recognizably hip-hop. By early 2004 he was embroiled in controversy when he performed at the Super Bowl 38 wearing a poncho made from the American flag. He was criticized by some groups for desecrating the flag, but much of the furor was ignored because of the bigger clamor around Janet Jackson's wardrobe malfunction during the same show. Rock and Roll Jesus, 2007, said goodbye to hip-hop and hello to Kid Rock's first ever #1 album on the Billboard 200, selling over 5 million copies. He went even more country on 2010's Born Free, produced by Rick Rubin and featuring Sheryl Crow and Bob Seger. Rebel Soul in 2012 was a reunion with the Twisted Brown Truckers band and his last album for Atlantic Records. His most recent release, First Kiss, came out on Warner Brothers Records in February 2015. Pamela Anderson, Legal Troubles, and Politics. Kid Rock's personal life has overshadowed his career at times. He began dating the former Baywatch actress Pamela Anderson in 2001. They became engaged in April 2002, ended their relationship in 2003, then reunited and married in July of 2006. 4 months later both he and Anderson filed for divorce. As for Kid Rock's legal troubles, he had been charged with assaulting a DJ in a strip club in 2005. 2 years later, he was arrested with 5 members of his entourage outside a Waffle House in Atlanta after getting into a scuffle with a male customer. Rock was taken into custody on a misdemeanor charge of simple battery and was released that afternoon. This came only a month after he had brawled with the Mötley Crüe drummer Tommy Lee, Pamela Anderson's other ex-husband, at the 2007 Video Music Awards. Lee later referred to Rock as a jealous country bumpkin. Rock has also clashed with animal rights activists over his love of hunting and was a vocal supporter of Donald Trump in the 2017 presidential election. He still lives in Michigan, and is now a grandfather. His grown-up son, Robert James Ritchie Jr., whose mother is Rock's ex-girlfriend Kelly South Russell, has a daughter, Sky, born in 2014. I have been saying this very thing for years. Take my home state of California for example. The only way we Republicans here can beat the ruthless California Democrat machine and their friends in the media is by running some kind of celebrity. We have an election for governor coming up where that pervert Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom, who is being challenged by a bunch of duds from the Republican Party, is a shoo-in to get at least 60% of the vote. Unless we can manage to get the celebrity to run. Calling, Rob Lowe, Gary Sinise or Tom Selleck. Please help us save our dying state like Chris Rock is trying to help Michigan. Please share if you want to see Senator Rock. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.